Blackburn Rovers completed their transfer business late last night, completing a number of deals, including an out-and-out striker. Who am I talking about? I'll tell you all about it next. That's right, folks. Blackburn's giving another video today. It's all about reviewing the transfer window. Today, we're going to take a little look at our new striker, our man down the middle. Can he score the goals that can fire us into the top six or more? That's right. We'll take a look at all of it in a second. If you're new where you've been, hit the old subscribe. You one-stop shop for Blackburn Rovers, transfer window, championship, world football. We've got it all here under Roverseas. That's right. It was, but still is, probably still is. Object number one, get the ball in the back of the net. And today we're going to take a look at the guy who has been chosen to be at least a part of that discussion. Who we're talking about, I'll tell you in 1 second. Big shout out to the members. Big shout out to the patrons. Itchy notes. So here we go. Here is our man down the middle, and he is Cauley Woodrow. That's right. Championship experience on the books of Luton, played a number of games in the Premier League and scored a number of goals. Of course, quick look at his stats there. This season he has been used as, of course, a call upon. I don't think he was ever a starter for Luton. He was there getting involved in the start level just 3% of the time. Yes, the goals aren't there. The goals aren't there. The assists aren't there. But he is a man that can find the back of the net. Now, I'm going to be honest with you right here, right now, from the top. When this was bandied about late last night in the transfer mumblings, I was very, very upset. It was a tantrum, perhaps. You can call it throwing my toys out of a pram. Now, if this was the only deal that we had done, I would have probably lost my shit, because this is not the answer. What Cauley Woodrow does, and we'll look at him in a bit more detail in a second. We'll look at those numbers. He has got the experience. He is an option. You know, when you look at the squad at the end of these transfer windows, and there'll be one for each of the main faces that were brought in, then it does paint a good picture. So, you know, as part of the jigsaw puzzle, Cauley Woodrow is a great option to have as an occasional starter from the bench. You know, he's still a decent age, and I think he has lost his way. So let's take a look at him before we kind of give him the rule of thumb here at the end. Take a look at the numbers then, shall we? Of course, Cauley Woodrow is 30, just turned 30, in fact, back in December. A lot of folks comparing him to Danny Graham. He has been brought in on a loan deal to the end of the season, of course, and then, you know, who goes? Well, I don't know where we go from here. Do we revisit it or what? Of course, the proof is in the pudding, so we'll see what he's all about. He does got a familiar sort of get up that to Sam Gallagher. So he's got the height, 1.84. He is right-footed, and here he is down the middle. There's no nonsense here. He's not one of them wingers, inverted wingers, horse shit, and that kind of jazz. He is down the centre, which is, of course, I think, what we've been missing. And again, Eustace must have a plan if he's called upon, Cauley. So let's take a look at some of his stats then. Now, look, going rolling back through the years. Now, he's been at a handful of clubs, and he's been regular with goals, even at Barnsley. Well, I'll say regular at Barnsley. Definitely, that was his most joyful campaign, 53 goals in 157 games. That's 1 in every 3. Luton, it's just not worked out. He has played a lot of games for Luton, but maybe been played at a different sort of capacity or a different sort of role. But he's only got 6 goals in his 77 games. So that, if we're going off of those numbers, then yes, that is where a lot of my concern lies. But when we break down those numbers a little bit, you will notice that he was not just a bit part player in his Premier League adventure with Luton last season. He was a regular contributor. I'm not saying he was a starter, but he was used over 24 times, I think, in the Premier League. So, and he's got Premier League football on his resume with Fulham as well. So he is an experienced pro. So let's give him his dues here. Yeah, so regular goals with Fulham as well, and Barnsley, definitely is better time there. As you can see, over the course of his time in all these clubs, he has played in various roles. He has played on the wings as called upon, but traditionally right here, right now, this is his bread and butter, right down the middle, centre forward, striker, and that's where he has got 70 of his goals. The rest of his goals, not that forthcoming in the other roles. Look at this, 5 goals in 3 games as a second striker. Well, maybe that's the stuff we need to be exploring. Anyways, take a look at his stats for the season. Again, not played that much games for Luton. Of course, they were under Rob Edwards and earlier in the season. Of course, he is no longer there now. And he was probably one of his trusty soldiers, I would say. Cauley Woodrow, called upon in their promotion campaign, called upon in the Premier League, and of course called upon in this early part of the season where just Luton aren't working. And now under the new regime, Bloomfield's come in and probably got his own ideas. So again, what works at Luton and what doesn't work at Luton might not be the same at Blackburn Rovers under John Eustace. I do think there's a lot of options, or a lot of, I'm more excited now that I have him because I know the other pieces of the pie. Because earlier when this was going, I thought, if this is it, if this is our only addition, then we're not going to progress. But we did make some good additions as well. So anyway, he has played 15 times this season. I just started the one game, averaging around about 18 minutes a game. So hopefully they can get that up. He is only 30. I think there is a player still in here. You just need to maybe get him on the same track as the rest of Ewood right now. Nothing. He's got pretty much zero effect to those games. He picked up one yellow in those 270 minutes he's played this season. So it's, a pretty minuscule data we can get off of that. There is a heat map for him, of course, this season, not much to it. But when you look at the data a little bit, he does prefer to come down the right-hand side than the left this season. So I am going to compare him to current forward man, and that is Makhtar Gueye, of course, expected to start tonight. This video is going out Tuesday against QPR today. So Makhtar Gueye will start. Cauley Woodrow probably wouldn't have started anyway. But I think moving forward, it's just another option. Plan B. Cauley Woodrow, throw him on, chuck him on. Anyway, let's take a look at the players then. Of course, Woodrow, 3 years senior. The value is not there in him at the moment. A little bit shorter than that of Makhtar Gueye. Formerly under 21 England international. Cauley Woodrow's highest market value was a 3.5 million. But he is down the middle only, just like Makhtar Gueye. We're starting to see some goodness coming out of Makhtar Gueye. So I think when all fit and raring to go, Hashi, Woodrow, Makhtar Gueye, we're going to have options, a little bit of variety, and that is what we want. We want to be able to mix it up a little bit. Take a look at the stats then over the course of time. Now, Woodrow's nearly played the double amount of games that Makhtar Gueye has. And you can see it. What is he looking at? They're pretty much on par here. 236 minutes a goal on average when you look at both of these players. And again, you're doubling up here with Cauley Woodrow. Nearly 400 games compared to that of Makhtar Gueye. So the numbers are similar. So we got similar style of players. And again, similar style of experience. Look at the Premier League games. He's played 30 times in the Premier League. Only got 2 goals, but he's played 30 times. That's nearly a full season out in the Prem de la Prem. He's got nearly 10 goals in the FA Cup. At that championship level, it's 1 in every 4-ish games. So it's a good sort of, it's not, starting week in, week out sort of stuff. Also got a championship playoff goal, massive, absolutely massive. And again, when you look at Makhtar Gueye, he has been a regular goal scorer in the Juniper League top flight in Belgium. So, there's more in that. I'm looking at not that. So ideally, on paper, is a body. It's definitely, if we were to go through a selection box of strikers, unfortunately, Cauley Woodrow would not be near the top for me. It's a good player. Is he better than Sam Gallagher? I'd put him on par with Sam Gallagher for sure. I think it's great to have, because currently, right here, right now, if Cauley Woodrow was fit and raring to go to play to QPR, I wouldn't play him. He'd be on the bench for sure, and he would get ahead of the likes of Leonard in my eyes right here, right now. When the proof, we are at a crucial point in the season where we do need bodies to come in. I think it was a wise move by all for the deals that took place on transfer deadline to make these deals not permanent, because if we are to not reach the desired end of season project or target, then we can revisit these. If Cauley Woodrow is a flop, then of course we walk away hands free. If it's a success, then we can revisit it and maybe offer him a permanent deal, like we did with Danny Graham. I think Danny Graham did arrive in on loan. I know Sam Gallagher arrived in on loan. So I think we're playing our cards right. We're going to have probably looks like a rebuild of a summer this season. So right here, right now, it's a good option. He can score goals. We just need to get him singing again. And I think we've got a perfect start for him coming at you on Sunday when Rovers entertain Wolves in the FA Cup. It's a chance for some of these guys who will not be able to play today. And of course, get them some minutes under the belt. Of course, in early action. So for me, I think it's a good bit of business for Rovers. We'll take it. We'll move on, and then of course we'll hopefully get him back to scoring ways. Let me know your thoughts about Cauley Woodrow's addition to Blackburn Rovers down below. I look forward to seeing what you said about that and more. And don't forget to keep your eye out for the rest of the transfer dealings that we've done. And a video will be coming at you for each and every of the players that we've made. Until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. Until then, guys and girls, we are done.